Hi everyone, in this video we are going to talk about secure infrastructure access. It is a SaaS-based solution used for securing privileged access to the organizational assets. So your end users can connect to the target Windows servers, Linux servers, databases, Kubernetes using the connection clients of their choice from their desktops. The entire solution is VPN-less and direct inbound connectivity is not required. All the sessions to the organizational environments are isolated, monitored, and audited. So there are two ways that sessions can be made. One is vaulted credentials, and the other is zero standing privileges. In this video, we are going to focus on vaulted credentials. So let us see how we can configure the access using secure infrastructure access to the Postgres database. So for the first time, we would need the connector to be deployed. So let us see how we can deploy a connector. Go to the connectors here, and then on the right side corner you have a add a connector. Select the platform. So I'm giving AWS because my connector is going to be deployed on AWS platform. I'm going to give the pool name and the OS of the server, and then SIA service will generate a script for me. And this script will be active for 15 minutes. After that it will get expired. I'll just have to copy this script from here. Go to the server in your AWS, go to PowerShell, and then paste the script and hit enter. Once we hit enter, it will deploy the DPA connector here. So once everything is successful, you will have the service active and up and running on the server. So I have already deployed it earlier. So once we have the service up, we will go back to the portal here, and then if we open the connectors again, you will see the details of the connector here, like the host name, machine IP, and the platform on which the connector has been deployed and the version of the connector. And the next thing is, since we are working on the vaulted credentials, we have to onboard the vaulted like credentials in our the privilege cloud. So I have already onboarded the account which I'm going to use to connect to the Postgres database. So if I go to the details here, it is on the safe Postgres SQL and on the platform Postgres SQL, and username is Postgres. I'm going to copy this, and this is the address of the database. So we have the account, we have the connector deployed, and I'll show you the permissions on the safe. Since I have created this safe, I have all the permissions on this safe. So basically, in vaulted credentials, SIA uses the access controls from the safe. So the end users has to be part of this safe, and they must have the permissions to connect. So here, if you see, my user has all the access, but user should have the minimum and least privileges on the safe. So if we have the privileges, and then if we go back to the SIA portal, we need to have a certificate to trust the connections. I have got the certificate from the AWS and have uploaded it, and it is showing valid here. The next thing is correction guidance. And before that, if we go to settings here, and you can see vaulted credential support is enabled for database, and MFA caching is also enabled for database, and also client IP enforcement is disabled. So this is required. Otherwise, if it is enabled, you have to open this portal, identity portal, on the station like workstation where you are going to connect to the target. So I'm not using it so that I can use the portal here. Okay, we have everything. Then we'll go to the connection guidance. We are going to connect to the database. Select the Postgres SQL here, and we are going to use vaulted credentials. Since we are going to use vaulted credentials, we have to give few details here. I have copied the username earlier from the pcloud portal, and you can copy the address as well. This is optional. Network name is also optional, and then it will give you the credentials here. So we have to use these credentials in the connection client. So here I'm using the PG admin to connect to the database. So in servers, I'm going to register a new server, and in the name I'll give as demo. In connection, host name, we have to copy this host name, and in username, since this is connection via SCA, we will use this. And in password, I'm going to give the password of my CyberArk user. And in parameters, we can select the connect timeout as 180 and then save it. Okay, we have it. I think it's connected. Okay, we have it. So let us run a query here. And if you have noticed, I have not given the password of the privileged account. I have only used the password of my account, which I have used to connect to the CyberArk admin portal. So I'm going to run a query. It is showing you the Postgres. Okay. It is showing the current user as Postgres. Okay, so this is how the connection is made to the target databases using the connection client from the desktop of the end users. And there is also an option for MFA caching here to the databases. We can generate a password here. You can see, like, you can connect using this password, you can connect to the multiple databases, multiple targets using the same password for the certain amount of time which you have given in the settings here. In MFA caching period, whatever timing you have set, it will allow you to use MFA caching until this time. So you can generate this password here, copy this, sign out of this, just disconnect it. It's disconnected now. Now we will connect again using the password I have copied from the MFA caching. And for the 120 minutes, I can connect to the multiple targets using the same password. See, again I have connected. If you run the query again, see, it's again the Postgres account which is vaulted in our vault. So this is how you can use vaulted credentials to connect to the targets. In the next video, we will check how zero standing privileges is used for the Postgres SQL. Thank you.